Every firstborn in my family dies on their 25th birthday. That's the curse. That's what my mom whispered to me the night before I turned 25. I thought she was joking, or maybe trying to scare me, but the look in her eyes, she wasn't kidding. My brother, your uncle, she said, her voice shaking. He died at 25, my mother's firstborn too, all the way back. It's the curse of the snake god. I laughed nervously, trying to brush it off. A curse? That stuff doesn't happen in real life. But then she pulled out an old photograph. It was black and white, faded, with 4 people in it: my grandmother, her parents, and a young man with kind eyes. This was your uncle, she said, pointing to him. He died the night of his 25th birthday. They found him in the river. Why haven't you told me this before? I asked, my voice rising. We don't speak of it, she said, gripping my arm, but you need to be careful tomorrow. Stay inside. Don't tempt fate. I didn't sleep that night. It wasn't just a story. It was the way my mom kept pacing outside my room, whispering prayers under her breath. The next day, I stayed home like she asked. My friends called, wanting to celebrate, but I told them I was sick. The house felt heavy, like the walls were closing in. Around p.m., the power went out. Stay in your room, my mom said, lighting a candle. She looked more scared than I was. I tried to distract myself, but around midnight, I heard something, a soft hissing sound. It was faint at first, like the wind, but it got louder. Then I heard my mom scream. I ran out of my room and found her on the floor, clutching her chest. Her eyes were wide with fear. The snake. She gasped. It's here. I didn't see anything at first, but then, from the shadows, it appeared. It wasn't a normal snake. It was huge, its body as thick as my arm, with scales that shimmered like oil in the candlelight. Its eyes were glowing yellow, and its mouth, when it opened, looked like it could swallow me whole. It didn't lunge at me. It just stared, swaying back and forth like it was waiting for something. What do you want? I whispered, shaking. The snake tilted its head, almost like it understood me. Then it spoke. Not with words, but in my head. Your bloodline is cursed, it said. Your ancestors stole from me. Until the debt is paid, the firstborn will always belong to me. I froze, my mind racing. How do I stop it? I asked, my voice cracking. The snake didn't answer. It just hissed, its tongue flicking out, and then it disappeared. My mom survived, but she wouldn't talk about that night. She just kept saying, you saw it. You know now. I made it past my 25th birthday, but I don't feel safe. I see snakes everywhere in my dreams, in the shadows of my house, and every time I see one, I hear its voice.